welcome to the 12th episode of DBD Sports Show. Let's give it a round of applause.
It's a special day.
Before we start today, I gotta give a special shout out to my man on my right, Dominic. It's his birthday today.
Thank you.
Nah, he's put in so much work for this show, does so much. Always there, a real friend, bro. Like, that's my guy forever. Shout out to Dom, real one.
Finally an adult.
Adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, he's a real one for sure. A very humble guy, great guy.
You alright?
And we're going to college together. So.
Mm-hmm. Brady.
Yes, sir.
Hey, nothing wrong with BSU. Huh?
You alright?
Yeah, but to start off, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. And like the topic is just like, can you guys blame Aaron Rodgers for telling the truth? Like, for telling the truth to free agents that they shouldn't come to the Packers.
Yeah,
and
that surprised me. I really didn't think he was gonna do that.
No, but my take on it is this. Like, I've been thinking about it for a while. My take is this: why wouldn't he tell the truth? Because if you don't see yourself staying in the Packers for long term, why would you ruin relationships with other peers in the NFL by lying and saying you're gonna stay when you're not gonna stay? Because the quarterback is a monumental reason why he would come to a team.
The whole point of why they're going to Green Bay is because of Aaron Rodgers.
So, like, let's say he said he was, then he left, and people came just because of him. Mm-hmm. That's like, people are changing the whole entire, like, path of their careers by switching teams. Like, that's a big deal.
Right.
Switching where you live, switching all of that. So, if he lied, that could, like, ruin his reputation amongst his peers. And then that could end up working against him because if he wants to leave, then, like, he has a worse rep.
Right.
And, like, the Packers, honestly, like, they haven't done anything to deserve his loyalty.
Nothing.
So I just...
Bro, they don't help him at all.
Did you see that it came out today that they tried to draft another QB this year?
Yeah, they didn't try to. They were looking at the options, but we all know it's like, bro, if you drafted a quarterback back-to-back years with Aaron Rodgers, bro, I would have left immediately. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers actually called his GM Brian Gutekunst Jerry Krause.
That's really disrespectful.
And for the people that do not know, he was the GM for the Chicago Bulls when it was Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. When it was the big three basically in Chicago.
They just won 6 championships.
He wanted Michael. He wanted to split him up, and he just called. I don't know if it was in a text chat. I don't know how it got. I don't know who's.
It was like the first day of practice.
Who was leaking this stuff
I
though?
wonder.
It's got to be a teammate.
A-Rod or Jerry Krause? Like when he said it.
Aaron Rodgers. Like, who leaked Aaron Rodgers saying this?
Oh, I know.
But he basically called his GM that. So people are like, is he calling himself Michael Jordan? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's not the point. Like, the point is, you could have something special in Green Bay. They already had something special in Chicago. Like, we're not trying to get into basketball, but, like, they already had all the pieces, and he was trying to break them up. And in Green Bay, they're 1 or 2 pieces maybe away. Yeah. And now he's trying to break them up. But he also came out and said he doesn't want him fired. Like, he doesn't want his GM fired. If Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, there's nothing to do in Green Bay. Right. No one wants to live there. Way too cold. There's absolutely nothing to do. And there's no Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers doesn't even like it. The stadium is in the middle of a neighborhood. Right. Like, it's kind of your backyard is Lambeau Field.
Not an ideal place.
Do you think if Green Bay, if Aaron Rodgers leaves, will they be towards the bottom of their division? Because it's Green Bay, Chicago, Vikings, and the Lions.
That division isn't even that strong. I can't say that.
I feel like they could still be like.
I think they'll be third.
I feel like they could still be top 2.
Because if the Vikings figure out their defense, the Bears could be good. The Bears could be good.
I think the Bears are gonna be really good.
Because it depends. It depends. Like, because if the Bears actually go Andy Dalton, then
they're gonna end off with Justin Fields. Yeah. They're gonna know that Justin Fields is at least playing 11 games. At least 11. But Chicago could be really good. The Vikings, they have Dalvin Cook. They have Kirk Cousins now, Kellen Mond. They have Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson.
Right. They've always had offense. Defense is their problem.
Right. But, yeah, the Lions are the Lions. Like, honestly, I'm not worried about them. The Packers still have a good team with or without Aaron Rodgers. Right. Now, Terry Bradshaw. Do you guys agree about what Terry Bradshaw said?
Yeah, he was just coming at Aaron Rodgers.
He said he has one of the worst footwork I've ever seen from a starting quarterback. And him being upset is showing him that him being that upset shows how weak he is. This is what he said in quotes. That's what he said.
No, I just think that's not like usually like past players don't come at like current players like that. So I don't know. He must have something personal against Aaron.
Right. I don't get that.
Usually like when you're not playing anymore, you don't really go out of your way to just come after a guy like that. And he really came after him. That's
like in my opinion, like what position is Terry Bradshaw to say anything about quarterback to him? Like, he has a Super Bowl rings, but like his stats are terrible. Like,
really?
Yes.
What are his stats?
He has 212 career touchdowns and 210 career picks. I mean, he played for the Steelers in the 70s. Yeah. Like that team was insane. The defense just out of this world. Like, he threw over 20 picks 6 times.
The thing is, Aaron Rodgers, too, he's, like, really never come out and spoken out about,
Right.
like, these, not even this type of topic,
Until it
like,
builds
really
up to
at
this point.
all.
Yeah.
Right, and, like, now he's fed up with it, and I don't blame him for it. But Terry Bradshaw was the one that complained about the Steelers drafting a 5th-round quarterback.
Right.
And Terry Bradshaw also requested a trade from the Steelers after a 5-game losing streak. And now he's mad at Aaron Rodgers for coming out and saying how they're just not helping me. Like, they're not helping me. And from recent memory, it's from the recent draft picks, especially Jordan Love. They traded up to get Jordan Love after they didn't have a first-round pick, and calling them to get the field goal on the 4th-down play and taking Aaron Rodgers, the MVP of the NFL, off the field. But Terry Bradshaw, like, you're not, like, yeah, you're good, but, like, you're a Hall of Famer, but you're nothing.
He shouldn't be.
You're nothing like that. But a lot of people, I agree with Terry Bradshaw, but I don't to an extent. I agree because Aaron Rodgers is acting like he has no help in Green Bay, but he has arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL in Devontae Adams, a very good young tight end in Robert Tonyan, top 7 at least running back in Aaron Jones, great offensive tackle, and a great center, 2 of some of the best in the league, one of the best quarterbacks in Jair Alexander, number 5 overall offense last year, and number 9 overall defense last year. So he's acting like he has no help, but he really, like,
He does.
But the point where you get to NFC Championship after NFC Championship after NFC Championship, making it past it one time and winning that one time, can you blame Aaron Rodgers for that? No. And then what is it, though? Because is it the coaching? What is that? Because they had Mike McCarthy. He was Now they have Matt LaFleur, and he's good.
He's a good coach.
But he's young. That's the thing.
Nah, it's one of those things, like, when you, like, constantly, like, again and again just get betrayed, like, whether you get getting the ball taken out of your hands, drafting a quarterback, not getting the weapons you need. It's honestly becoming, like, a buildup of, like, factors to just make Aaron Rodgers be like, I just want to get out of here. Because he's giving them a lot of chances. Like, when you think about, like, how bad of a job they've done, like, drafting him help. And the fact that they didn't even trust him in the biggest stage.
Right.
Like, you got to trust the MVP to make that, like, that call himself. Instead of taking him off, when you have to go on the other side. It just doesn't make any sense. And then drafting a QB when you would assume that, like, you're going to trade up to get a receiver. So
exactly.
It's just so many things. Those are heavy things, too, to make you be like, all right, Aaron has every right to want to leave. I also don't think he's leaving, though, because, like, I feel like, I know he has a great relationship with Devontae Adams, great relationship with Aaron Jones, great relationship with David Bakhtiari, a great relationship with David Bakhtiari. So, like, those pieces can make him end up staying, but, like, it's not looking too good for the Packers right now.
So, the Packers in recent years, they have gone, obviously, last year to Tampa, lost to Tampa 31-26 at home. The Packers then played the 49ers, lost against the 49ers in 2020. The Packers faced the Falcons in 2017, lost to the Falcons in 2017. The Packers, did they lose to the Seahawks in 2015 or no?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did, 28-22.
They actually blew that lead, too.
Right.
They were up by 18 at half.
Right.
Green Bay did beat the Chicago Bears 21-14 in 2011. And then before 2011, last time they were in was 2008. New York against Green Bay. New York won by 3. What else we got? When's before 2000? Pretty much nothing before 2003 except for 97 and 98. But they've been playing. Do you think it's just like because he doesn't have help, or do you think they're just getting unlucky in these NFC Championship games? Because pretty much his whole career, he's been playing like MVP caliber football. If not MVP, like very good.
I don't feel like it's help. I feel like just every time they've got to the edge, like they just haven't been able to get over the top. Like it's always something that happens. Like for example, in that NFC Championship game versus the Seahawks, they had the game in the bag, and then that guy botched the onside kick and like momentum.
And it bounced off and went off his helmet. Yeah.
Like that, and then recently last year,
It definitely seems like a combination of bad luck as well.
And then the 49ers game.
You're supposed to do, not doing what you're supposed to do. It's a tough situation.
What was the Oh no! I accidentally just clicked an ad. Hold on, I have to go back. So against the 49ers,
you just can't blame him. You really can't blame him. It's like, that point of your career too. You see what someone like Tom Brady's doing.
They lost by 17 against the 49ers last year.
Exactly.
You see what someone like Tom Brady's doing, like.
Do you think that's why we're giving him such of a hard time?
Right, because, I mean, we're from New England. We know Tom Brady.
It's so hard to maintain.
No, but it's one of those things too. Like, you're Aaron Rodgers. Like, you probably personally think you're just as good as Tom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's doing so much better in better situations.
And they see Tampa literally building around Tom.
Right.
And in Green Bay, they're drafting his replacement.
Right.
Which is the thing. Also, they never talk to him about organizational decisions. They just never have. Never drafting help or acquiring any free agents to help him. Most known are the call to kick a field goal in the playoffs, trading up to get a quarterback in the first round. After this information, after we just talked about everything, is it more likely for Rodgers to leave? And if so, what team would we go to? Because it's come out the 49ers, the Raiders, the
49ers is
Broncos.
one. I think, all right, so if I had to do percentages, I'd say like 60-40. 60 he's leaving, 40 he's staying, something like that.
Yeah.
And if I had to pinpoint a team, I'd go 49ers. Like, even though I'm obviously like, like they probably think they have the quarterback situation figured out.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, no team's gonna pass on Aaron Rodgers. Like, it
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
I wouldn't.
Doesn't
There's
matter
like
what's going on.
28 teams in the
what I'm
NFL that should be looking at Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
27 teams that'd be like, all right, we want him as our starting
So I
quarterback.
think 49ers just because of his home connection to it, stuff like that.
I think the Broncos could be really good too. Look at the Broncos. They just had Peyton Manning coming from Indy. A few years later,
But-
now maybe Aaron Rodgers coming from Green Bay. That's two Hall of Fame quarterbacks within like 5 years.
If you look at it though, what he wants is for like the team to be built around him. I feel like the best situation is like what Daryl's 49ers. Like they have the defense,
Right.
they have the pieces. They might not have the best offensive weapons, but that offense can still get it done.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
Aaron Rodgers.
And the defense is locked down.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't need that. I mean, he's been doing this his whole career, not having like the best
less,
first round.
and he still
And
does
now,
more.
and the 49ers too had a lot of injuries last year.
Yeah.
So that defense, we all know when they're healthy, is probably the best.
I
defense
saw
in the
this
league,
graphic, and it was the 49ers had the most like time out of injuries last year. Did you guys know the Patriots are number 2? Isn't that the Patriots are the second team, like
Most injuries, you're saying?
the second most injuries in the NFL last year. It's not really injuries; it was like more time off because then it
Yeah,
was like including COVID injuries, everything like that. So it was just like I think it was either quarters played or like games played combined of everybody that just wasn't playing that week. And Patriots were number 2, which I did not think that we were that high. So you think the 49ers given the best chance for Aaron Rodgers to win the Super Bowl?
I mean, honestly, anywhere that
Because then
Aaron
we
Rodgers
think
goes to,
we think
They
about
changed
Arizona
everything, right?
lost.
Regardless.
We have to think about the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the 49ers with Aaron Rodgers. In that
If he
the
goes
Rams
to
are going to
that
give him a run
division,
for the money,
they're
even
like-
in their
they're
own
the best
division.
team in that division.
Yeah,
Huh?
I mean,
If he goes to the 49ers, they're the best
Yeah.
team.
They are the best team, but the Rams are right there.
They're not right there.
No.
did all right there.
I think they are.
With Aaron Rodgers on the team, no.
The Rams need the Rams need more.
Matthew Stafford.
The Rams need a running back.
Thank you.
The Rams need a
Still.
running back though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Aaron Rodgers in any of those teams becomes the favorite. Like any team in the NFL with offensive weapons,
Yeah.
is the favorite in their division.
That division.
Matter of
would be
fact, I'd even go as
stacked
far
with
to say,
QBs,
if Aaron Rodgers went to the Saints, I'm picking the Saints over the Bucks.
though. Oof.
Really?
No.
I'm picking them over the Bucks.
No, there's no
I'm
way.
actually doing
They don't
it.
have
I'm
enough
actually
help
doing
besides Aaron Rodgers.
Not enough help.
There's no way he would ever go to the Saints.
I mean, no, it's not.
Yeah.
That's not.
I mean, they
that's
have
not
Michael
realistic.
Thomas and Alvin Kamara, but
That's
that's
not
just like a
realistic.
little bit of a downgrade. Besides Devontae Adams, like it's an upgrade to Alvin Kamara, but it's a downgrade to Michael Thomas from
No,
Devontae
reason-
Adams.
reason-
But Michael Thomas is like two years removed from like one of the greatest.
And then
receivers
AK's
of
there,
all
and the
time.
defense is very good.
Exactly.
Right.
Very good.
But Green Bay did not have a bad defense last year. Like it's not amazing.
It
They
was
had number
good.
9
It was-
overall,
it was-
but like
it was right around
that's a
average.
defense that you could win the Super Bowl with.
Yeah.
Like it really is. And then if you went to the Raiders or the Broncos, both in the AFC West, they have the Kansas City Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Broncos. If he went to the Broncos, he would have to face Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, and Pat Mahomes 6 games out of the 17,
I don't think he
which
would
is
do that.
crazy.
Yeah.
We'd see Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes face off twice a year, and then maybe once
That'd be
more in the
cool,
playoffs. It'd be cool for like us watching, but like Aaron Rodgers, I don't think would want to go there and then face off against Mahomes twice.
There's a lot of good QB talent right now in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like,
There really is.
There's
There's a lot.
of talent.
What do you think is going to happen with Baker Mayfield? Because they have to pick up their 5th year. But are they going to pay? Because they have to pay him, I think, after this season. So he should not be asking for big QB money because he just started showing improvement 2 years ago.
I don't think he's top of the market QB money, but like
He's a good starter.
If they go like 11 wins, 10 wins again, I feel like they'll sign him for. A
Yeah,
good
just
chunk
out of
change.
respect. Just
Yeah.
out of,
No,
like,
I think
you
they're
guys
gonna
come
they're gonna give him a long term. They'll give him like 5.
Yeah.
So it's down to another
Because, like,
5, another 4, but they can't be giving him top quarterback
He
money.
doesn't put up crazy stats, but I don't think he has to. Like
He got the job
the
done.
way the offense is set up, like it's not built for him to just go out and gun it. It's like run,
That's true.
play action.
That's true. So it came out early this week that actually tomorrow DK Metcalf is racing in the USA Track and Field 100-meter dash to try and make the Olympic trials. So we decided, hey, it'd be fun. Let's put together our own Olympic teams with just players from the NFL. So what do you guys have for the 100-meter dash?
I had to just go Hill. I really had to go Hill. You could probably do like John Ross as well, like or Naheem Hines,
Yeah.
like that. Tariq Hill.
That's
I'm gonna
That's
take
Tyreek
two. I'm gonna take Tyreek Hill and I'm gonna take DK Metcalf.
I said for the 100, I had John Ross, Tyreek Hill, and Raheem Mostert, the running back out of the 49ers, because Raheem Mostert hit over 23 miles an hour last season, which is insane. That was the fastest. He had the 2 fastest times last year in the NFL. Faster than Tyreek faster than DK, faster than John Ross. And obviously, I'm saying John Ross. I'm meaning like healthy John Ross, like combine John Ross. Yeah. What do you guys have for the 4? The 400-meter dash.
I like DK. Reason is like I know a lot of these NFL players have like the sprint endurance, but like seeing him like chase down Buda Baker like that you need endurance for that.
Gonna have to
so I have to go DK, and I really couldn't think of many people. I mean, you could probably throw in like any sprinter, but DK was my main option.
I said DK was my number 1, but I also had Scotty Miller from the Bucks, and I had Marquise Goodwin of the 49ers, but he's now on.
You know who else might be? I would take Lamar in the 400.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about Lamar.
I almost put Lamar in rugby. I almost did. For wrestling. Yeah.
Imagine.
For wrestling, I did J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, Quentin Nelson, or Khalil Mack. Cause
I went Quentin Nelson, Khalil
listen,
Mack.
Mack is
weightlifting, I put Myles Garrett because we all saw him in a suit on the draft day. He was
Myles Garrett's
busting through that suit.
I'm going to add Saquon into that because Saquon can just squat like nothing.
His legs are ginormous. High jump, I did the recent draft pick for the Steelers, Najee Harris, because we saw him hurdle over defenders every single game.
So I said Najee as well, but like a funny one I said is kind of like reason is I said Myles Garrett also, which is gonna be funny, but like I don't know if y'all saw like him jumping over those boxes, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and like I'm saying it, I'm saying it as like imagine he actually trained for it, so obviously he probably losing some weight and training for it. I think he could do it.
Yeah.
For rugby, I did the whole 15 because rugby's a 15-man. So I did Saquon Barkley, got the running back, got the power, because in rugby, like I guess when it goes like out of bounds, you have to throw the guy. But this is another thing, and it's like a bunch of guys huddle up and they push the other team out of the way. Then another guy runs and grabs the ball. If you tell me Saquon with those quads can't push a man out of the way, then you're lying to yourself. Right. Saquon Barkley, Cordero Patterson from the Chicago Bears, former New England Patriot, former whatever. Like he was been on 4 teams. He's probably one of the best returners right now in the NFL. Every single time you're switching the position of the ball, it's either a handoff or it's a kickoff. Cordero Patterson's one of the best kickoff returners in the NFL. Derrick Henry, no explanation. Right. Alvin Kamara, because he is like kind of underrated with his elusiveness and his power. Chase Young won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, Nick Chubb, he's just an animal. He's a huge running back. Christian McCaffrey, just that little guy that can get the job done. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback out of the 49ers, who's an animal of a man. DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones, who can go up and get that ball, can catch the ball. Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, and George Kittle are the tight ends of the group, just because they can catch, they can block, they can do anything, they can tackle. Nick Bosa, who can fly off the edge. And then Jake Bailey, the punter for the Patriots, because someone needs to punt those balls all the way to the opposite side of the field. And I want that guy. Pro bowler. Boxing, I was kind of on the fence about this. I didn't really know.
Oh my God.
I could see that. I also did TJ Watt.
That's fair. Like my reasoning on Derrick Henry is like, all right, so like you want the size, he has the height, like arm wingspan, right?
Yeah.
But he's also very strong and athletic and elusive, right? So that elusiveness combined with the strength is why I picked Derrick Henry, because I think he could easily train to be a good boxer.
I feel like another good boxer would be what's his name?
What team?
Damn it.
What team?
Just keep going. I'll come back.
I also said
Got him?
Aaron Donald, because
Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
the nice, like,
and he fought the guy at the bar,
Yes.
but it came out that it really wasn't him.
No, but I wouldn't mess with him. Like,
I
I
saw-
wouldn't want to fight him.
I said Myles Garrett because we saw what he did to Mason Rudolph the other just 2 years
I
ago.
could have been shot put for that.
Yeah.
Put him in shot- it was like,
And I also said OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., because he went at it with Josh Norman every single time they played, so he's got to know how to fight. For rowing, I think this rowing team could be podium. Like, I think they could make the podium. Give them 2 years. You tell me DK Metcalf, Chase Young, TJ Watt, JJ Watt, Derek Watt, the 3 brothers, they already got the chemistry. Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa, they got the chemistry. And then if you tell me Tom Brady isn't the yeller for your rowing team and telling you to row, 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 and you tell me you're not motivated by that, you're lying. I was going to say Tim Tebow. Because everybody listens to Tim Tebow, but he's not in the NFL right now, so I couldn't say Tim Tebow.
He might be making a
But
return.
if you tell me DK, the animal of a man, Chase Young, who looks like nicknamed the Predator, and then TJ Watt should have run Defensive Player of the Year. JJ Watt's like a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, and then Derek Watt, I just threw him in there just because the brother. I could have. He's He's expendable. And then Nick Bosa, who's an animal, and then Joey Bosa, who's like 2 years older, who's also an animal. And then,
I like how you have that brother connection in there. Because like,
bro,
gonna have, like,
because you have to be so in sync with the rowing. And bro, there's 5 people who are brothers. Well, 3 and then 2, but like, bro, come on.
That's smart because they're gonna have a connection. With
Bro,
each other.
are you telling me that's not a podium team right there? Bro, DK and Chase Young. Oh my God.
Definitely should be.
Shooting, I got Carson Wentz just because he's the hunter. Like, everybody knows he's the hunter.
They'll find a way to miss.
Maybe. And then I got Aaron Rodgers just because I feel like you got to do something in Green
this
Bay.
man really just named Carson Wentz and put Aaron Rodgers.
Bro, no. This isn't football related, though. This is shooting. This is
like guns.
Bro, all Carson Wentz does, he went on the Pat McAfee show. All he does is just hunt.
Yeah.
That's all he does. Bro, you tell me he can't shoot?
No, he probably misses every time.
Bro, that's why he's still out there. And then I got for the jav, I got Pat Mahomes. For the javelin, I got Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. And I got Aaron Rodgers and then Odell Beckham Jr.
I throw
because
Lamar in there. I throw Lamar in there because of
For the
athleticism.
javelin?
I just
for the jav?
No, I just.
I mean, I could see it because with
Does he have a
his acceleration, he can get up there.
The speed and athleticism.
True.
I just.
It would make
he kind of has an idea of how to
Yeah.
throw. I mean, he's not the best, most accurate, but
Yeah.
he's athletic.
He can get it
so
down the
he-
field.
No way, yeah.
And then I said Odell because if you guys have
Odell's
seen their
fair.
training
He's fair.
videos, he can launch
He's
it.
just an athlete. He's an athlete.
And then I agreed with you with shot put for, would you say Myles Garrett, right? For shot put. I said Myles Garrett, J.J. Watt, and Aaron Donald for the shot.
Donald.
And then I did for beach volleyball or just regular volleyball. Jair Alexander, one of the best corners in the NFL. DK Metcalf, Julio Jones, Stephon Gilmore, Jalen Ramsey, and Larry Fitz.
Got all the next
Bro,
ones in there.
none of those people are letting the ball touch the ground. Are you kidding me right now? Like, bro, and you tell me 6'7" or like 6'6", however tall DK and Julio are, bro, they could just reach over and spike the ball over the net. Like, come on right now. And then for the 4x1, what do you guys got for the 4x1?
Hill, Hines, DK Metcalf.
And John Ross.
What about you?
I'm throwing Lamar in. I'd take
Lamar.
Ross out. Same team, just put in Lamar.
I got John Ross, Tyreek Hill, Henry Ruggs ran a 4.24 last year at the combine, I do believe.
totally forgot about that.
And then Scotty Miller, and we saw him burn
Scotty
Kevin
Miller,
King
too.
last year from the
Yeah.
Buccaneers. And then what do you guys got for the 4x4? The 4x4, like the 4 is confusing because we don't see him run like that.
Nah, see, like DK is like the headliner of that, but like
Yeah.
then
I said Buda Baker.
but it's tough. I really didn't know.
Yeah.
I really didn't know because like I don't. Other than DK, like how many of them have you seen like the real endurance from? So you could really throw in whoever is fast. Like honestly,
Right.
just give him a
Actually,
chance.
I'm going to take out Buda Baker and I'm going to put in Nick Chubb because Nick Chubb ran track in high school. And we saw like he was an animal in high school. Also because he was like a foot taller than everybody and weighed like 100 pounds more, but that's besides the point. But I got DK, then Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Colts, and then Raheem Mostert. Again, guy ran 23 miles an hour. That's self-explanatory. All right, we're going to switch it back. We're going to throw it back to college football. We meant to do this before the draft, but we totally forgot. But honestly, it's fine. Who had the better college football season, 2019-2020 LSU or 2020-2021 Alabama? Daryl?
Okay. So like that's a little bit more of a different question. Like season.
Yeah, who had the better overall
like,
season?
Technically, no.
Like, who was the better team?
Like team and season, that's two different questions. Because like technically, Alabama had a better season only because, but they did verse like I mean,
They went 13-0.
they went 13-0, but they didn't have like I don't know if I can call it an easy schedule because like they versed their conference, but like they didn't have to.
It was
deal
like a
with-
modified
Yeah,
schedule.
it was a modified schedule. But team LSU is way better.
Like just talent
They
they
were
had.
way
Or,
better. Like
They were stacked.
a lot of people were like, I don't know if it's recency bias, but a lot of people are saying Alabama's better. It's not even close to me. It's just listen to these
They
names.
averaged damn near 50.
Listen to these
points a
names.
game.
Listen to these names. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Terrence Marshall, all their first round receivers basically.
Terrence Marshall's the third.
In third, but he should have won in the first. Like, I
He
mean,
could have been
he's
more-
talented enough.
yeah.
He's talented enough to go in the first. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow.
Bro, like what more do you need to say?
Who was on their
nuts.
defense
The team
last
was
year?
nuts.
Like
Didn't even matter, dude. They were
Their
putting up
defense,
60
like,
a
I'm
game.
not gonna lie, their defense, like, it definitely wasn't as like
Yeah.
significant. But like, bro, that offense right there.
It's kind of like how Dallas is trying to be like having a bad defense but a great
Scores
offense.
50,
They just
60,
like
Running the park out. Running the park
Bro,
out.
the thing that I said too, bro, for Alabama, I'm kind of on the fence because I wasn't really watching college football like that last year, so I'm more biased towards Alabama because I obviously saw them more this year than last year. Half the players on the Alabama roster this year, you could basically say like, how is he in college right now? Kind of like how we were about Kyle Pitts, but like Najee Harris, you see him hurdling over every single defender that's coming at him, trucking everybody over. Devontae Smith running past every single person. Mac Jones basically not missing a pass. you're kind of looking at him.
Nah,
Like,
it's
all
one
right,
of those things
how
for
is
me,
like
it
how
ca-
is
it
he in
cancels out,
college right now?
It cancels out. All right, so it's like, all right, like, Najee versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Who would you take?
Najee Harris.
Najee, right? All right, Devontae, and Jamar Chase would cancel out. So Jamar's probably better, or Devontae's better. You would take any.
Yeah.
Then you still have
Justin
Justin Jefferson and Terrence
Jefferson, Jalen
Marshall.
Waddle.
Yeah.
You still have Justin Jefferson and Terrence Marshall. All right, Jalen Waddle's gonna cancel out Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's better.
And then it's Terrence Marshall, John
Jefferson's better than
Mechie.
Jalen Waddle. Then Terrence Marshall is just known John Mechie. Come on, Terrence Marshall.
John Mechie's good, but Terrence Marshall's a better wide receiver.
That's just what it comes.
And Joe Burrow's better than Mac. Joe Burrow's better.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's better
He's
than
just
Mac
better
Jones.
than Mac. Like
Alabama last year, they scored, well, I guess this year, they scored 630 points in total for that season, and they only allowed 252, obviously 13-0, and they averaged 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns a game.
Jeez.
Which is insane.
One thing against them is like the offenses they were versing just weren't as good. I mean, they did their thing against Ohio State, but like for instance, like
Notre Dame.
in the regular season, Florida could have beat them, but Florida's defense wasn't holding up. But like when
What
they
was the
versed-
score of that game?
It was very. I don't remember off my head, but that was the
I
closest
think
game
it
of the
was
year.
one possession.
It was like one possession. Like when it went against what's his name, Tony Pitts, what's Kyle Trask. Like
Yeah.
that's when they started. Like
It was 52-46. Alabama won,
That was a very.
and that was for them to go 11-0.
right. So
I mean, teams
Also-
reversing.
you know.
Like how you were saying, like the offense couldn't hold up. There wasn't a game for Alabama that you were like, besides really that Florida one. I guess that was really the only one.
Yeah.
That you were like, all right, there's not a doubt, like in my head, bro. Them going against Notre Dame, like that was just disrespectful. Putting Notre Dame in the semifinals for the playoffs, like Notre Dame was a great team, but compared to this high-powered Alabama team,
chance.
it was like, all right, just let them, just end the game now, bro. After the first quarter, it was
over.
done.
It
It
was
was
over.
done.
That was not entertaining.
So, who do you guys think will get their NFL start first, Trey Lance or Mac Jones?
All right, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. I think it's kind of like easy that it's gonna be Mac because
Really?
I think it's easy because like I think most teams in general that were thinking about Lance. I think it's one of those things like probably gonna give him a year off because like he didn't play that many games.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
And Mac is one of those things like Mac could easily just be the starter by the 3rd week, or he could easily be the starter by like the 10th week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It really Cam Newton. You can't say
It all depends on
It
Cam.
all depends on Cam. So it's one of those things like who has a higher chance of being able to play first? Like I would say that Cam has a higher chance of playing bad than Trey Lance has a chance of starting just because like they need to see more development from him. I think you
He's
draft
barely
him.
played
Like, I think you draft
Right.
him with the expectation that it's going to be a developmental piece. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to throw him in.
Just
like
to give him time. What do you think, Brady?
Honestly, think like hearing that point of view, now I think like Mac Jones may get his first start first, just because like Trey Lance, like he barely played in college, and he threw 300 passes in college,
Right.
and
Right.
the average
Only played 17
the
games
average
last year.
Super Bowl
Like,
starter for a quarterback, I think threw 1,200 in his
Right.
college career. Like that's a
Right.
big difference. It's 3 whole seasons. So
I said, like, honestly, this could be a toss-up either way. No one's wrong, but it's like, I just think it'll be Trey Lance. I do think it'll be Trey Lance because they're already shopping to get rid of Jimmy G.
Yeah.
They've been shopping to get rid of. They already drafted the replacement knowing that, yeah, Jimmy G's a starter, just like how we said Cam's a starter until Mac or Jarrett shows up. But they're already looking to get rid of Jimmy G, so they're already looking to put Trey Lance in that starting lineup. With Cam Newton, we just signed him this offseason to a 2-year deal, knowing that he's going to be sticking around, and we still don't know what's going on. We need to see how Cam is going to be. Is he going to be good? Is he going to be like how he was last year? If he starts out 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, just like how he was last year, that's Mac's job.
Yeah.
But say he does get going good, I'd rather Cam be Cam Newton and be okay, lose a game now and then, and have Mac be the backup. Because then he can learn from Cam Newton. Even though they have 2 different styles of play, you can still learn a thing or two from Cam Newton behind him.
you're analyzing the
Of
game.
course.
You're gonna
And
see
you
a lot.
can,
Yeah.
I'd much rather have Mac Jones sit the first year. I would much rather have that because then he can actually get the chemistry. Because he's thrown into all these, every NFL quarterback is like this. Or their rookie year, they're thrown with all these NFL vets, but half of our team is new. Like obviously not realistically, but theoretically, like half of our team is brand new to this season.
Right.
So it's like, so isn't Mac Jones. So yeah, it could be good for him in the starting lineup so he can learn with everybody and like grow with all of them and chemistry on the field, which could be very good. But I would also like to see him learn and really learn the system. And with Cam, say Cam is the backup, which I'd be totally fine with. I do see us bringing him in for red zone plays.
Right.
For like say with inside the 5, inside the 10, if you can just pound it in, like I'd be very happy with that. Like be our red zone specialist.
like-
I'd much rather
He
like
had
that.
12
Was
rushing
he on the Saints name?
touchdowns this
Taysom
year.
Hill.
Yeah, kind of like the way
Yes.
they chase him.
Yeah.
Like just throw Cam Newton and do a
Give him,
read
like, a
option
play
every now and
package.
then. Like I'd be very keep Cam, just keep signing to 2-year deals, and just that's just what he
But do
does.
you
And
think
like
Cam
Cam,
would settle for that though?
No.
No.
He
I
wants
don't
to
think
start
so.
in the
But
NFL.
if they talk to him and listen, like if you
not.
want to win, like
He wants to start in
That
the
makes sense, but I don't think he want to do that.
Yeah, no, I don't see him doing that.
I do think Mac will be the starter. But again, I think Cam could be very good for the goal line scenarios. But Trey Lance, like I could also see Mac Jones starting just because of if Cam Newton plays bad. Like Mac
that's
Jones
how
could
it's
very
for
well
weeks,
start.
yeah, right.
Mac Jones could start week 3. I think earliest might be like week 3, week 4.
Yeah.
Right.
But then Trey Lance, I could also see week 3, week 4. Like it's so hard to tell because they're already trying to get rid of Jimmy G. They already
but,
are like
like, my
seeking
thing is,
trades
like-
for Jimmy G.
Like, how realistic is it really to put a guy in that early who hasn't played? That's just what it comes down to for me. Like, aren't you gonna at least want to pull like the way they did with Tua? You know,
Yeah.
Tua's like
Yeah.
Tua
Work him a little
was
bit here
more
and there.
like Tua was more injury related, of course, but like it made sense. Like,
Yeah.
he's gonna throw a guy in who's barely played in college, like not let him get some games to just analyze.
Right.
That's
But that's kind of like what they would do with Mac. Like everything, obviously not with like when it's game on the line, they're taking out Mac.
But
Yeah,
Mac
yeah.
is like the difference is Mac is like game tested though. Like I mean, he's played.
But so wasn't
Championships,
Tua.
He's played in the playoffs.
But Tua specifically was more injury related at the same time.
Yeah, but
Like-
he was still like, what'd you say? Mac was what?
Game tested, like played in big stages.
Yeah.
Right, Tua did too. Tua won a few
No,
national.
but Tua had a bad injury. Like
Yeah.
Tua had
Yeah.
a bad injury, and Fitz was playing well, so it was hard to be like, all right. But
Yeah.
this is like different if like Cam doesn't play well and he's throwing Mac. It's like, all right, fair, because Mac's a game tested already. Let's see what he can do. You know, he's played on a big stage before. It shouldn't be too much brighter. But
This is gonna be so
with
weird
Lance,
with a
like,
rookie
with Lance, what are you
quarterback.
gonna say? You've been game tested, really? Like playing against no
300
one,
Right.
passes, Yeah.
barely
Right.
playing. Like that's why I wasn't a fan. Barely playing and playing against no one. That's just the way I see it.
I think it would be the smart move to sit Trey Lance. Like I think Mac Jones should be starting before him.
Yep.
But I think Kyle Shanahan, for the 49ers head coach, I think he will be very excited to kind of like have this young
like
quarterback that
shiny
he
new
can
toy.
mold.
He's excited,
Because this
yeah.
is his guy. He's never had a guy that he drafted. Now this is his quarterback that he can mold. So I think they said, like, same with Justin Fields. They said the worst thing that we can do with Justin Fields is throw him out there too early, which is 100% true. Rookie quarterbacks, like, yeah, the first overall pick is going to be the starter. Same thing, like Trey Lance. If it wasn't for the 49ers, picks basically 1 through 10, or basically first-round picks are all going to be the starters, like right away. But it's different with quarterbacks, especially in the 49ers. You already have a decent quarterback, a good quarterback in Jimmy G. So he doesn't need to be the starters. If they start Trey Lance before Jimmy G, that's worse for their team. But I think that Kyle Shanahan could get a little antsy and could get a little fired up and be like, all right, let's get Trey Lance in there. He's done good during practice, like good during training camps, OTAs. Let's get him in the starting lineup, like have him work with the guys. But it's like, okay, he did good in OTAs, but not in a game yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Same thing with. Do you think that if they did start Trey Lance, do you think Jimmy G would wait out the end of his contract to go, or end of the season to go, or by the trade deadline? Do you think he would want to go?
Trade deadline.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because how many
Yeah.
weeks is the trade deadline? 8?
Yeah,
10?
Yeah.
Right midline, like midline.
I think it
close.
starts right
Little-
before halfway.
Really?
So like, I mean, Jimmy G's not gonna want to do that. Like, he's not gonna want to be a backup. He's gonna want to leave. So, and I think he'll get a chance somewhere else.
So what do you guys think that did you see the video that came out? It was like the Patriots war room when we drafted Mac Jones. Like they weren't excited at all.
Well,
They were like, "You guys good with this?"
but Bill,
Yeah.
Bill is
Like
very,
Matt Patricia was like, "Yeah, I'm good with
Well, I
it." And they're like,
forgot
"All right,
about
let's go."
Patricia back.
I'm like,
But I mean, Bill is a very nonchalant person anyway. So.
yeah, but still, it's like you're possibly getting the franchise quarterback, Nick Saban's guy.
Hey, yo, like we're Bill. Unless you like, what have we done lately? Like, type of guy. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta show him first.
That's true.
Gotta show him first.
A lot of people are saying it's like maybe they didn't want Mac Jones, but it's like honestly, I'm happy with Mac Jones because we didn't have to give up a thing to get him.
The way Bill
I'm
is,
happy with
like,
that.
The way Bill is, I doubt he was even jumping up and down when he drafted Gronk.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta show
Right.
me first.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
true.
he is.
He probably
And
didn't.
He never shows emotion like that. So
Until he was a Super Bowl, he deleted it.
No, literally. And his
And he
emotion
was
is
like-
yes,
Like, right.
yes,
You know what's crazy about me? Like, he literally just goes.
bro. That's all he does. It's
You know?
just yes. All right, so we'll hop into some early NFL predictions. Who do you guys got for offensive rookie of the year? I got Justin Fields.
I'm going Justin Fields.
I got Justin Fields, quarterback for the Chicago
I'm gonna
Bears.
believe in Devontae Smith.
Ooh. What was that? 10 overall for the Bears or 11?
10.
10.
I think it was
I think it was 10.
Because they were 12, they moved to 10.
No, the Bears were 20.
Oh, the Bears are 20. 12. It was 12 then. It was 12.
Was
Whoa.
it
The
12?
Eagles had 12, I think, and they moved to 10.
12.
Dallas had 10. Dallas had 10. The Giants had 11.
Yeah,
It was
because
11.
The
It was,
Giants switched with Dallas. No, the Eagles switched with Dallas.
Eagles switched to Dallas to go to 10. Then the Dallas had 12, right?
Yeah,
And
they
then
got
so
Michael Parsons.
Yep. So then they got him at 11.
Yeah.
Chicago got him at
Oh, it was
11.
11.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Darryl, what do you think? Oh, you said Devontae Smith.
Yep.
That's a lot on Jalen Hurts too. So you think Jalen Hurts is that guy?
Nah, see, the reason why.
Because it's
thank
Jalen
you.
Hurts or Joe Flacco.
No, thank you. Yeah, exactly. You was about to connect it. Like Jalen Hurts, Devontae. I'm saying Devontae Hurts because of Jalen Hurts, Alabama connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Past teammates.
And the Eagles' offense is kind of like
It's not-
bad.
yeah.
So Devontae could be getting a lot of targets.
He's already the number one wide receiver. Like
Right.
everyone knew
Yeah,
that.
right.
Same with Jamar. What's your expectation for Jamar Chase? Like, because a lot of people are saying it's like he needs to have like 20 touchdowns with Jamar Chase again. It's like that's not.
20?
Listen, that's not. Because that's
It's
what
not
they had.
happening in the
That's what they
NFL,
had the
though.
last year at LSU. So people are expecting them to go right back into it. It's like,
Right. It's not
yeah,
good.
they could still be like best friend, quote unquote, best friends and teammates, but like,
I didn't even think about that. He could actually have a very good season as well.
but he
I
could
don't
have a
think
very
he'll
good
get close
season.
to
But
20.
like
I'd say probably like 10 maybe.
20 touchdowns
10
just to Jamar Chase
Yeah.
behind that offensive line.
No, not 20
with that,
touchdowns, but yeah,
like,
not 20
that's a
touchdowns,
lot.
yeah.
I'd say maybe he'll have 12. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Jamar Chase will have 12 touchdowns. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I got Micah Parsons.
I gotta go on Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah just because like we're from the same
Linebacker
place.
out of Notre
Yeah, we're from the
Dame.
same place, so I gotta
I
go.
feel like he's gonna play a big part in Dallas.
Especially with Sean Lee gone too.
Yeah.
He's gonna play a big part. Offensive Player of the Year. I got Christian McCaffrey.
I go Derrick Henry.
Again, back to back.
Yep.
Brady.
I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey.
I said Christian McCaffrey too because
He
we
can't stay
saw.
healthy. He's not staying healthy. Come on now.
I mean, he didn't play
I
much
said
this year. I
that's
feel
what
like
I'm
he's gonna
saying
come back
because he got
crazy.
to
And
not
when he
rest.
did play, he went nuts.
He had 2 touchdowns every single
Every
game he
game.
played. He only played 3 games last year. He had 2 touchdowns each game.
CMC built different. CMC
Like
built
he's crazy.
He's not
And
normal.
yeah, he had a ton of touches 2 seasons ago. So that's why he had a lot of wear and tear on his body. He played 3 or 4 games this whole 2020 NFL season.
Scored 6.
He's been recovering and rehabbing basically for 2. It's going to be 2 years in a row. So he's going to have fresh legs. And there's no Mike Davis that he has to worry about. Yeah, they got Chuba Hubbard, who's a good running back in 3rd, 4th round out of Oklahoma State, but they're not taking. Yeah, they're not taking off Christian McCaffrey for him. So I think this is like a redemption year for Christian McCaffrey. I think he could win Offensive Player of the
You
Year.
have a point.
And Derrick Henry, I don't think he can run over. He might like if there's a guy that's going to run
No, but
over
I just
2,000
feel like
yards,
he's
it's going to be him.
Nah,
But
due to,
back to back.
This could also work against him because defense will key in him more. But due to them losing some pieces, I feel like
Exactly.
his usage rate is gonna go up more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that can also make defenses can. It
Right.
can work either way.
See, the thing is, Carolina added pieces. Titans, Tennessee, they lost pieces.
Exactly.
Especially
So
with the
it's-
Panthers, they got a new quarterback in Sam Darnold. That's a new offense for him. Who do you think is going to be relying on that offense? All right, I don't know. Hand it off.
Yeah.
Hand
Right.
it off. Oh,
Yeah.
dump off. Christian
That's
McCaffrey. Christian
exactly what I
McCaffrey. Like
He's gonna
Yeah.
chew.
defensive player of the year. I got T.J. Watt. He should have won it this year. Aaron Donald won. I got T.J. Watt.
Yeah, I actually said T.J. Watt as well, just because like he's gonna be
Ooh.
he's gonna be a little mad about like what happens. So
I also it just popped in my head. Myles Garrett because Jadeveon Clowney's coming off the other edge.
Yeah.
He doesn't have. He obviously has the attention on him, but either Jadeveon Clowney or him's gonna have a big year this year.
Right. I think one of them.
So
has-
Myles Garrett could be a sleeper for the Defensive Player of the Year. MVP, I got Josh Allen.
wow.
MVP.
wow.
Right,
I'm
Josh
gonna
Allen.
go. I'm gonna say something crazy.
He was 3rd this
but
year.
I think it's possible. Dak Prescott.
Really?
You're bugging.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, he
It's
throws
not
for
impos- it's not
he puts up
impossible.
crazy stats. That's just the main reason I'm gonna say.
But
him.
do you think
But
he
they're
could
not
win
gonna
it?
win enough games for him to be in the conversation.
Exactly. I was just gonna say.
Basically go Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Redemption year maybe.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes always gonna be up.
He's always going to be in the
He's
conversation.
always
You can't go
gonna be-
wrong with Sam.
Always in the conversation.
But with Dak Prescott, do you think? Because yes, he'll obviously have the stats. He'll have the yards to prove it, and maybe the
It's gonna come
touchdowns.
down to wins. I feel like.
Exactly. So you think the wins are gonna say they're a 9-8?
No, it's not gonna happen.
Really?
I feel like you have to, like
You have
the
to
MVP,
show that you can.
have to win
Yeah.
at least your division.
So yeah, I got Josh Allen because he was basically like I think 3rd in MVP voting this year. Now that Pat Mahomes, a lot of people saying the Chiefs might be not as. The Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs. They're going to be a good team,
Yeah.
but especially with Aaron Rodgers who won, it's a lot of people that are upset about him in Green Bay. That's either the best thing to boost him up and have another MVP like year, or it's going to bring him down a lot. The AFC champions, I got the Buffalo Bills to come out of the AFC.
Bills. Yeah.
I got the Bills to come out of because they made stupid mistakes earlier on. They didn't go for it on a 4th down like 3 times to kick a field goal. They're learning from that. And the Chiefs, like, yeah, it's kind of the key to win every game is to get pressure on the quarterback, but
I'm gonna take.
The Patriots? No, I'm just kidding. The Browns?
That's who I was gonna say, but I'm not gonna take.
Actually,
I'm taking the Browns. I'm
Actually,
taking the
I mean,
Browns.
you can never go around going to Chiefs, to be honest.
It's either going to be the Chiefs, the Colts, the Browns, or the Bills.
I have faith in the Browns. The Browns almost beat the Chiefs. The Browns
Wentz
almost
is not
beat
like
the
that,
Chiefs.
bro. Like, Wentz, oh my god. Wentz is not like that.
Bro.
Wentz is not getting out the.
Yeah.
If Wentz can get that chemistry down, bro, they
Bro,
already have
Wentz
the
is not
defense in
getting-
place. Actually, no.
They're gonna win it. They're gonna be a 10-win team, but like
They're going to win their division,
Yeah.
but, like,
Yeah.
actually,
they just need offensive
I don't
help.
know.
They just need offensive
The
help.
Titans could still win it, bro.
Titans
It depends on Derrick Henry, but
Wentz-
they lost so
Wentz
much.
is not like that, bro. Like,
Wentz is.
Wentz is
I
not
mean,
like that, bro.
yeah.
How about this?
I think the
Let me double
or
down
the
for you.
Ravens
Wentz isn't
maybe.
built like
The
that.
Ravens they could because they just drafted
Ravens
Rashad
could-
Bateman too.
Yeah, Ravens could if like, especially if they can somehow add another piece to the offense, bro.
Yeah.
But no, let me dumb it down to you like this.
Is Golden Tate still a free agent, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't.
Because if Golden Tate out there, they could very well go for Golden
They
Tate.
they should still be looking for wide receivers, basically. But
Yeah.
I was gonna dumb it down to like this, right? Would you guys pick Carson Wentz in fantasy? In
No.
any certain, all right,
No.
all right. Like that's it's that simple for me. And you can always go to Chiefs to obviously win. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Would you
always-
pick Baker?
in fantasy?
Yeah.
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 What?
Like I would no. I'm not saying I pick him.
I mean, he throws.
I'm not saying I
touchdowns,
pick him
like, he puts
first.
up
Like,
numbers.
I'm not saying I pick him first, but
He
like,
doesn't
I
go
wouldn't-
crazy with the yards,
like,
but like he can.
Let's
put
say I
up-
had like a week. I had like a off. My QB was off. I put Baker in. I would not put Wentz in. my
I got
first
lucky. I got
spot.
Justin Herbert for a little, and then I
You know what I'm
traded
saying?
him away. And then I ended up with Josh Allen and Kyler Murray from a trade. Who's coming
That's
out?
one lesson I learned from fantasy football this year.
Yeah.
What?
You can't pick a QB first. Like QBs are.
Oh
Gonna
yeah,
be
you picked
there.
Pat Mahomes.
QBs are gonna be there. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, you have to draft quarterbacks like fifth pick,
I feel
like the
running
fifth
back,
round.
Wide receiver, you gotta go first.
Bro, it's got to go like running back, wide receiver, or like running back, wide receiver, running back, wide
They're
receiver.
always going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know with the wide receivers. Like for
Running back
running
is-
backs, like
yeah.
it's. What about NFC? I got the Bucks.
Obviously, though.
I got the Bucks coming out of the
Bucks.
NFC.
I have them.
So far,
repeating.
so far,
Super
as-
Bowl champions.
I
I got
have
the
them
Bucks too.
repeating.
So far as Tom Brady doesn't get like injured,
If Tom Brady, it's gonna be the Bucks and the Rams in the NFC Championship. I do think it'll be Bucks.
Wipe them.
It'll be Bucks, Rams, and the Bucks will win.
Matt Stafford's not built for a championship game.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I think when
And
Tom
his best
retires,
friend,
maybe.
Clayton
You know what I'm saying?
Kershaw.
Yeah, when Tom's,
A
it
choke
depends on
artist.
Kyle Trask.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Trask could be very good. The AFC is a lot. I feel like the AFC is a lot better than the NFC. Like
just talking
closer.
about it, yeah, like it's crazy.
Like it's the
like the
NFC.
West and
It's
East.
the
Which-
NFC
right,
West, and then the Bucks, and then it's the AFC.
Right.
Like it's really how it is. And then like the Packers and the Bears are kind of throwing. The Washington football team is kind of there, but they're not challenging
There's
for a
so
title
many
right
good
now.
teams, yeah.
The Giants could be very good. I think the Giants could win the NFC East.
They could.
They added the most out of
They
anybody.
did add the most. They did add the most.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Eagles, Cowboys, and then it's gonna be really close between Washington and Giants.
Right.
That's gonna be a great series between them two for the two games. So we're gonna transition a little bit. You wanna talk about the next topic there? John
Yeah.
Morant.
So Ja recently said that he believes he's a top 5 point guard, and I mean like that's a very strong statement to make. Like people obviously are having the different reactions to it, but my thing is like I'm not really gonna come at him for that just because like I mean you're gonna be a young player, you're gonna be confident. Like most players in the NBA, if you ask them, you think you're like the best player on your team, you're the best player, like they'll say, oh I'm this, I'm that. Like that he's just being a confident young player, especially like at his age, being confident. No one in their right mind thinks that Ja is a top 5 point
For the
guard.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Like, I just don't think it's really like. No, he's not.
There's
He,
no chance.
he's not. He's not. He's not even top 8 to me.
So
I can think of 5 just straight off.
Like
my
straight off
brain.
your head. I guess.
right now,
Easy.
John Morant is averaging 19.4 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7.3 assists, and shooting
He's
45
like
from the
5
field.
point guards averaging like almost 30.
Yeah.
Who do you guys got for number 5?
Like top 5 QB. Top 5
Just
One
number
is
5.
more.
What's number?
Just
We'll
say
go
top
5,
five.
then 4, then 3.
All right. I have to go in order. Then Steph, Russ. Damn, no, I can't do that. Steph, Dame, Russ, Kyrie,
Luka.
Chris. Oh,
I'm taking Luka
no,
too.
no.
I got 5 Chris
that-
Paul.
I was about to go Chris Paul.
I had Chris
No,
Paul
I'm not
5.
gonna lie. I mean, forgetting that Luka's a point guard just because of how tall he is. I'm not gonna lie. Luka I'd put in the right at third, but like I've been forgetting he's a point guard just because of his size.
I got Chris Paul debatable. I almost put Kyrie 5.
Yeah.
Just because
Kyrie's
Chris
better
Paul is
than
only
Kyrie
averaging
better than
16 points per game, but he's getting 5 rebounds, 9
I hate
assists.
Kyrie so much.
Kyrie's
He's
better than Chris Paul.
disgusting.
Kyrie's different.
He's
Yeah.
nasty.
I
And
do
then-
not like Kyrie at all though.
Chris Paul is 50% from the field, but I only put him at 5 because of his game management
Yeah.
skills. Because
Yeah.
he is a total game
What's it
manager.
called? Like there's a reason Chris Paul's in MVP talks. Like the stats doesn't.
He's not gonna win, but
He's
like,
not
Like,
MVP.
he's not. But like he's in the talks and like deservedly so. He's a very like the stats don't tell the full story with him.
Yeah.
He made a difference to that organization.
Exactly.
right.
And he's been closing out games well.
I got Damian
He puts
Lillard
them over
4.
guys.
Wait, what
Say
trade do you
that
have?
again?
What trade do you have better than him, man? Steph is
I'll let
Steph is
you
the
know.
best, obviously.
I'll let you know.
All right.
Damian Lillard, I got 4. 28 points per game, which is insane. 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 45 from the field. 3, I got Luka. I got Luka 3. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 48 from the field. I got Russell Westbrook at 2.
Okay.
I'm putting Luka
Just
before
because-
Westbrook.
I almost put it's very
I'd
you
put
could
Luka
easily
2.
put Luka 2.
Yeah.
But I only have Russell Westbrook at 2 because he's been averaging a triple double year after year after year on team after team after team.
Dame's
He's
better
going to
with
each
50
new
guys,
team. Dame?
I have to pick Dame just because like
Luka's better than Dame.
no he's not.
Yes, he is, bro. Luka is better than Dame.
I don't think Luka's better than Dame.
This season, maybe not overall, obviously for like
This season, yeah.
But, like,
Yeah,
this year,
season,
yeah.
he
I'm
is,
talking about
yeah.
this year,
Yeah,
like-
he is.
But I got Russell Westbrook at 2, 21 points per game, which isn't crazy, but 11 rebounds and 11 assists per game. He's
Yeah,
helping
that's
his
fair,
team.
that's fair, that's
He's
fair.
like,
That's fair.
and then 1, obviously, Steph Curry, 32 points per game, 6 assists,
Steph Curry's-
6 assists, 6 rebounds, and 49 from the field.
Bro, we're about to get a Golden State Lakers playing game.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then I'd pick the Warriors.
Goodness.
Yeah, the
I
Lakers
take
might
the
not-
Warriors in that too.
So moving on from that,
Ball
LeBron.
out.
What's going on with LeBron, Daryl?
He's just honestly like he's finally Let me put it like this: he's finally experiencing what normal people experience, which is injuries. He's LeBron's extraterrestrial being. He's not from this earth.
Alien.
So he obviously didn't miss much time throughout his career until this year.
Yeah.
He had a high ankle sprain. He's been missing time because
This
of
was
it.
the most he missed.
Yeah,
right, this
yeah.
year.
Yeah. He had load management like his first year in LA. That's why they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like,
But
this
like,
is
he doesn't really get injured. This is like his first time experiencing it. Like, welcome to a normal life, LeBron. Like, you're some alien that's so strong. Like,
Right.
but the age is catching up, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that's going on with the Lakers too is like, 82 can't stay healthy. So it's one of those things like, even by the time they get on the court, it may be too late because one, you're in the plane, and that pressure, anything can happen in one game.
chemistry,
Right.
yeah.
So it's a tough situation for him.
LeBron said he'll never be 100% again. Do you think he's like
He's
really
shattered,
saying
he's
this, or do you
shattered,
think he's
he's
just like,
He's shouting.
He's gonna be fine.
He's mad. Like
Yeah.
LeBron is mad. Like
Yeah.
LeBron usually isn't in this type of mood. He's mad. Like, he's not happy.
Yeah.
This is like a tough stretch for LeBron, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's crazy that you even say tough stretch for LeBron when you're rich and you have like you know what I'm
Right.
saying. But it's a tough. This is a tough stretch for LeBron like in his life. Like even like you guys saw the other day, he was like, "Oh, whoever made up the plane has to be fired."
yes, bro? I was about to say,
LeBron
LeBron just
never-
backed it.
He never talked about
LeBron,
it.
first of all, LeBron never says stuff like that. Like that's not LeBron's nature.
But
And
then he was
last
the one
year,
that was for
he
it.
backed it on Richard Jefferson's podcast. I forgot what it's called, but what is it
Uh,
called? Yeah, I'm not
I saw the clip, but I don't
you
remember
know
what it's
exactly
called.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. But like, yeah, Richard Jefferson's pod, he was saying like, "Oh, it's cool," but since now he's in this position that he could be in the plane, which there probably will be.
And if you think about it, that playing game, Warriors versus Lakers,
It's called
like,
road
the-
tripping.
The,
Road
The
tripping,
views
yes.
on that is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Whoever made the plane is gonna get a raise, if anything.
Which is, do you think the Lakers could very well not make the playoffs?
Yeah.
They might not.
So let's see. LeBron's
They might
criticism on the play-in tournament. Let's see.
Would that be the first time he didn't make the playoffs?
No,
Not
no,
the first
no.
time, but like
No.
So he said whoever came up with that
oh
SHIT
2018.
Yeah, because of the Lakers.
yeah.
Needs to be fired. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to find like what he like the full. That's what he said recently, but I'm trying to see what he said last year, because he was basically saying
He
like,
said it was a good idea.
yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, the play-in game is great, especially for the young teams who have something to play for. A team executive told Sports Illustrated, but you don't want to devalue the regular season too much.
It was one of those things that LeBron, like, obviously didn't think that he was in a position where he's going to be in a plane.
Yeah.
With Anthony Davis, which is
Right.
obviously fair.
Right.
So,
So what does this mean for the Lakers? Are they like, could AD leave?
he's not leaving.
Do you
He's
think
not
so?
leaving. Until LeBron retires, he's not leaving. Like, they probably have him on lock. It just...
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna
It's
say.
one of those things, like, it's just a tough year because of injuries. And COVID, too, doesn't help.
Right.
So,
Oh, what was I gonna say? It was right before I said. What were we talking about right before I said he'll never be 100% again? What were you saying?
oh, are you talking about, like, what he said about the plane?
Didn't you just say he's normal?
Like not normal.
Yeah.
Or is like finally
he's
feeling
coming
normal.
back
Yeah.
to normal? Yeah.
Oh my god, what was I gonna say? Oh, I remember. So usually with LeBron, like he has MVP years almost every year. Like you're always talking about, oh MVP, maybe LeBron James, blah 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 blah. But when he gets to the playoffs, he really can shine in the playoffs and show us why he is that good. He's not going to have that opportunity this year, especially with the play-in game. If they lose against the Warriors, who are a very high-powered team right now, powered by Steph Curry, especially if they had Klay Thompson, they wouldn't be in the spot. But still, they could very well lose this game, especially if AD or LeBron isn't playing. Is it only one game?
Yeah.
Or wow.
It's one game in Europe.
But he's not going to have the opportunity to show us that he is still LeBron. So you think after this year, say they lose the play-in game, a lot of haters are going to be coming out about LeBron James.
Yeah.
They could be like, all right, he's not that
But
good.
I mean, honestly, like it's one of those things. Like even that year when they didn't make the playoffs, that year when LeBron didn't go deep in the playoffs and stuff, like people were saying that Kawhi Leonard was becoming the best player in the NBA. So like honestly, it's one of those things like.
Such a Max Kellerman thing to say.
Yeah, but that's what happened. Like the year, like that's the recency bias.
People just start
when,
freaking out.
when Kawhi made that on buzzer beater, like people were like, oh, he's the best player.
Yeah.
So I mean, LeBron hate will come, but LeBron will prove it wrong soon. Like he's LeBron.
Right now, the Lakers are 7th at 37-30, and the Warriors are at 8 at 34-33. And the Clippers actually just swept the season series against the Lakers, which is insane. What does this mean for the Lakers? Do you think Paul George is back? Even though he's never really gone, but like
the Clippers.
yeah.
What's it called? Paul George is back. Like Paul George is back. The media is hitting on Paul George. Paul George is nasty. Like look at Paul George's stats recent games. He's been playing better than Kawhi Leonard.
He's been balling.
Paul George has been taking care of it, but because of the media, like it's just all about the media. The media will never post, "Oh, Paul George is getting buckets."
So last night, May
Paul George
6th.
buck, bro.
So 2 nights ago, May 6th against the Lakers, 31 minutes for 24 points, 8 for 12, 3 for 5 from the 3, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Against the Raptors on May 4th, he had 22 points, 8 for 16, 2 and 7 from 3, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. His best game recently was probably against the Rockets on April 23rd. 34 minutes with 33 points, 10 for 27, 3 for 10 from the 3, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 2 steals.
And then against the Blazers earlier in the night, he had 33 again. Against 76ers, he had 37.
Yeah.
And he's been leading them to wins without Kawhi Leonard. A lot of times, Kawhi Leonard has like some small injury issues
Yeah.
right now. Paul George is playing well. He's playing good basketball, but he's not getting credit for it.
So LeBron right now is 25 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 51% from the field. What's going on with the Brooklyn Nets, Daryl?
James Harden's injured. James Harden is like another type of player. Like no one's gonna say that James Harden's better than Kevin Durant.
Right.
But he's better. Like he's more important to the team than Kevin Durant is. Yes, I said it because he makes everyone else around him play better. Literally, it's a huge discrepancy of the record when James Harden's on the court versus when he's not. And
Yeah.
this isn't even James Harden like with like Kevin Durant and Kyrie. It's just James Harden on the court in general. They're winning games.
He was piling up
Like,
assists too.
Bro, even when
It wasn't
he didn't even
scoring.
need, like look, when KD and Kyrie were injured, it was just James Harden. He really didn't need them.
Yeah.
It was, like
James Harden was doing
Bro,
good by
James
himself.
Harden's nasty. James Harden's nasty. Like he really like James Harden's different.
Real quick, when's
James Harden's different.
the playing game?
Should be May 18th, something
May
like
18th?
that.
Oh,
yeah.
they got 10 days. So the Lakers still could get out of the playing game if
They
they
still could, but
win a lot.
they have a tough schedule right now, so it's not looking good.
Right. Are the Nets still the favorites to win the title?
Yeah.
No devil.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
doubt in my
if
mind.
they're
there's two of them, that's all.
like
If
bro,
they were to be knocked out of the East, who would it be?
But
Because
I
they lost
feel
to the
like
Bucks
if
and they
it's
lost to the
two-
76ers, right?
yeah.
I feel like
Lost to
matter
the
what
Bucks
the time,
twice.
I feel like you need James Harden.
Yeah. Now, if
James
they're-
Harden's
if
the most
they're
essential piece
if
in
they're
that team,
healthy, they're
not
losing.
KD, not Kyrie.
If they're healthy, they're not losing.
It can be
Like,
Harden,
they're not
Kyrie,
losing at all.
or Harden, Durant.
If the
like-
three of them
If
are on
it's
the
Harden
court-
Durant, they're winning.
If the three of them are on the court in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you guys see how Kevin Durant can turn out in the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
he was scoring 30 in his sleep in the finals. Like, bro, it's over. Like, it's actually over. It's actually over. Like,
So
it's over.
who do you guys think is coming out of the West then?
Oh, Clippers. If Kawhi
Really?
Leonard is healthy, Clippers.
I just want to be different.
I would have said the Nuggets.
I was
would've
just
said
gonna
the
say the
Nuggets.
I'm gonna
Suns.
go with the Suns.
The Suns just don't have enough experience overall to me yet.
Ooh.
I would have said the Nuggets.
If D Book wins Finals MVP, I want Chris Paul to get a
I
ring
want
though.
them to go crazy. I want them to win.
I want Chris Paul to get a ring, so
Yeah.
I do want them to get
wanna
this.
I want
see
them
the Suns
to.
win.
I want
would've
Russell
said the
Westbrook to get
Nuggets.
a
Like,
ring so bad.
The Nuggets definitely would have been the pick for me if Jamal Murray didn't get hurt. Like, they would have been definitely. Because, what's it called? Michael Porter Jr. is playing good now.
And they got
They're
Jokic.
low-key
And-
creeping their way up on
Jokic
us.
and the Nuggets can still even do it. Who knows? It's all depends on Michael Porter Jr. is the X factor. If Jamal Murray didn't get injured, I would have picked them because
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. is having a way better year, and they got Aaron Gordon.
Right.
And Jokic is basically the MVP.
So what's their
And
starting five right now?
Jamal-
And he's been playing good since.
And what's it
Jamal
called?
Murray got hurt.
You guys saw
Right.
Jamal Murray did last year. He became a freaking 99 overall.
Right.
In the playoffs, like so, like I mean,
They were a whole different. He was a whole
he's
different person.
player.
So right now the Jazz are 49-18 at number 1 in the West. The Suns are number 2 at 48-19. The Clippers are number 3 at 45-22. The Nuggets are at 4th with 44-23. And then the Mavericks are actually 5th at 39-28, which is crazy. And then the Blazers at 6th at 38-29. Then we already talked about the Lakers and the Warriors. So I do think the Suns, because they're only one behind, they're only one game behind. The West is really a toss-up. Meanwhile, the East, if it's either, what do you think if it's only one player if it's one of the big three from the Nets? Do you think they can still make it?
It has to be Harden.
It has to be Harden. And if it was,
Do you think they could still make it, even if it was like
you could.
it's not likely you could, but you.
what if it was like how it is now during the playoffs? So it's like, oh, they'll play this night, but then like for like 3 games, like only one of them will play.
They're still gonna make it.
You still think so?
Yeah.
You still think it'll be an easy road for them for the
Easy
championship?
Road. It wouldn't be easy road in that case, but they'll still make it.
Do you think they still win the championship?
With injuries, no.
Really?
No. It just no.
The Knicks are at 4.
Consistently healthy. If 2 of them are consistently healthy, they'll win.
Yeah. Right. Oh, we have to play the playing game against the Hornets, the Celtics.
Yeah, they should make the 6 feet though. They just lost yesterday.
The 76ers right now in first in the East at 47-21. I didn't think they were that far ahead. The Bucks and the Nets are actually tied at 2nd and 3rd at 43-24. The Knicks are in the 4th seed at 37-30.
I'll take them seriously.
The Hawks are at 5 at 37-31. The Heat are at 6 with 36-31.
Dark horse right there.
The Celtics are at 35-32 in the 7th seed, and then the Hornets are 33-34. So if it was to play right now, it'd be the Celtics and the Hornets. And then, wait, I don't understand.
It's 7, 8, 9, 10 versus each other. So
7, 8, 9, 10 versus each other. What?
So 7, 8, what's it called? For the playing the 9 and 10 seed versus each other.
Yeah.
And the way it is I think the way it is you lose that the 10 seed usually have to play again. So I forgot how that works.
I don't understand how. Let me look it up.
I remember now, right? So 7, 8 versus each other. The winner of the 7, 8 automatically is in, right? The loser of that will verse the 10 seed, and then that winner will get the 8 seed.
Say that again.
So all right, so the 7 and 8.
See, then what's the? Yeah.
So the 7 and 8. Well, it makes sense for the 10 seed to have to play an extra game because they're the 10 seed.
Right.
But so 7, 8 will verse each other, right?
Yeah.
The 7, 8. The winner of the 7, 8 automatically is in, right?
Yeah.
The loser of the 7, 8 versus the winner of the 8.
Oh, of the 9 and 10.
The 9 and 10.
I get it. But honestly, that kind of loses the importance of the playoffs.
Have a chance? Yeah.
That loses the importance of the playoffs.
Well, that's why it also gives them realistically too. I mean, most times even when they had to play in last year, the teams who we thought would win.
Yeah.
It's not really as ideal for a 10 seed to win 2 games in a row.
That's
not good.
So it's like a dark horse.
Do you think if it was 7 Celtics, 8 Hornets, 9 Pacers, 10 Wizards, who do you think the 7 and 8 will be? I think it'll be Celtics then.
Celtics would win.
I'm gonna say Celtics Hornets still.
Celtics would win.
Or Celtics Wizards. If Russell Westbrook's on fire, the Wizards could go to 8.
That's a little scary.
And then it would be, say if it was to start right now, and the Wizards are at the 8 seed, it'd be 76ers Wizards, 76ers, Bucks Celtics.
That's not fun.
Yeah. No.
And then it'd be Heat Nets, then Knicks Hawks. All right, whoever comes out of that Knicks Hawks game, and then it'd be. Then who would they play? Hold on. I don't even know. Whoever wins the 4 and 5 would then play what? The winner of 1 and 8. Is that what it is?
I don't remember that one.
And then 2 and 7 play 3 and 6.
Oh, I think that's how it goes. Yeah, I think that's.
So it'd be 76ers against the Hawks, most likely, or the Knicks. 76ers in the Eastern Conference. And then it'd probably be the Nets versus the Bucks.
Yeah.
Then it'll be the Nets. Then it'll be Nets 76ers, which could be very scary. All right, I think that is all for today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Make sure you guys follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, which you're watching this on, and then at Instagram at DBD Sports Show. Let's give it a round of applause.
Everyone go comment on Dom's Instagram.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.